Oops, we're turned the wrong way. I wonder if it'll let me turn on. Ah, there we are. Hey, everybody. Um, so I've decided to share something with all of you and hope. Oops, I'm trying to set this down. Let's see if I can get this to go clear. I've had a little bit of a rough morning. I've been promising myself that I'm going to get up and get ready and look good, feel good and all this kind of stuff. But I'm not feeling that good today. Brandon's birthday's coming up. Today's the 4th. We have 3 days. Kind of wondering what am I going to do about that? I can't even say it. I'm just going to cry. But so anyways, I wanted to share with you, I'm going to be paying some bills and stuff, and I haven't listened to this in quite a while, but I was going to share with you a reading that I had closer to the beginning of this year. Yeah. And was with a very powerful medium. She was absolutely amazing, and she did this reading for me, and it was in 2 parts because it was an hour and a half long. And so I was going to share some of that with you today. And I haven't listened to it, like I said, in a long time, and so I don't know, I don't remember everything that's on it, so you're just going to get a very candid, uncut version of just the experience that I had with this medium. And there was a lot that was discussed, so I'm probably going to have to break this down into several sessions because like I said, it was an hour and a half or so. And I know that I wouldn't have the patience to sit and listen for an hour and a half if it weren't my own thing. So I'm just going to break it down into small pieces, and I don't even know where I'm going to stop or what's going to happen with this. But I'm trying to do this live so that it doesn't take forever to upload. So hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay. I know in the past I've been having quite a bit of issues. I don't know if it's the phone or my internet connection. However, I have boogers falling from my face. Sorry. So I went ahead and I just sped up some of the tape because in the beginning, she's just kind of telling me a little bit about herself, and her name is Tammy. She's telling me a little bit about herself and allowed me to ask her a couple of personal questions. And she was just kind of getting through answering some of my personal questions, and then she was moving into the reading, and that's kind of where I've cued it to start. Mind you, I want to just kind of make this really clear, is that I had never met her before. We had a telephone call. We have a mutual friend. And so she was willing to do this reading for me because, my friend had told her that I had lost somebody. And she's very she doesn't want to know anything about me, really. She doesn't want to be preloaded with any information. She wants to be able to give a really true reading, and it was amazing. And so I'm going to just go ahead and start this here. And then if you have any questions or anything, I believe there's a live feed that's up, so you can go ahead and feel free to ask any questions, and I'll try and answer them the best that I can. But, and I hope you can hear this because it's a recording on an older phone that I had prior. And so I hope it goes okay. If not, then we'll have to try again another time. But I'm going to put it right close, and then I'm going to let it go.
There's a lot of direction in that question. A part of you at one point in your life.
Oh, I asked her, who am I? That's what I had asked her.
Believed in God and all of the above. Mm-hmm. But now, and I'm probably going to say within the last 10 years, you've questioned all that.
Yep.
Some of that from your own investigation of things that don't coincide with the Bible, such as aliens, quantum levels of our spirit, astral projection, dreaming, visioning, the spirit world, the paranormal world. and of course, what religion asks of people to live a certain way, and condemning if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then some of that is, okay, this is kind of weird. And I'm getting this from the other side. You're also questioning in the direction you should raise your children.
Yeah, has been a concern for me.
Okay. So I'm going to say this plainly, that you have two children from the best of both worlds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm getting family from the other side right now coming through that's helping me with this. And actually 3 people. Okay, now I'm not going to get names. I'm just going to tell you who's come forth. I got a dad, and I want to say it's yours, and a grandmother, and an uncle. Strongly. And so the female wants to speak first in this manner of question of religion. And so I'm just going to go with this the way that it's coming spiritually.
Okay.
So spiritually, this is coming as it's okay to teach them to pray, because everybody should be taught to pray to something and to have some type of spirituality. Because prayer is important to most of us spiritually, whether we follow God or not.
Yeah.
Everybody prays to something, and so this grandmother is actually a little bit older. This is a great, great, great. And I don't think this is on your dad's side. I think this is on your mom's side, because what she's telling me is that these gifts that you have are generational, and they're in your boys. One of your boys is very, very sensitive and sees a lot of things and talks about a lot of things and is afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
One of them is a little bit more clingy than the other. And I think the youngest one is stronger than the oldest one.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Emotionally, tougher and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And the youngest one is more like his dad, and the oldest one's more like you.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And the youngest one is a lot more outspoken, and the oldest one's more quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, too many people want to talk here in this question. Way too many people. And now I think this is your husband, because he's pacing and he can't wait to talk.
Mm-hmm. That's what he does. Mm-hmm.
He is pacing back and forth. And yeah. This is him. Okay, so when I was trying to channel last night with your name, I think I was talking to Brandon last night.
I'm gonna ball my face off. I can feel it.
Tonight, before I got in here, when you texted me, mm-hmm. and I started pulling your picture up to look at and getting things ready,
mm-hmm.
I kept asking who he wanted to talk about, and I said, you need to be ready because she wants to talk if you're here. And I got quite a lot of things, and I wrote them. I actually wrote them down on my little piece of paper here that I got right off the top of my head. I got a list. He gave me a list.
Can you
he just
hear
started
okay?
rattling off all
Can
these
somebody
things.
let me know if everything
Okay,
like you can hear?
He says Jamie Duffy, and then I got these are the names I got. I don't even know if I spelled them right. I got James and Lisa.
Lisa, Lees. Yep.
I don't know. I spelled it more of a weird way. Yes. And I don't know, like Danny or Dan.
Would it be Daniel?
I don't know. I kept getting a Dan or a Danny, something Dan.
Okay.
And then I don't know if this is a male or a female, Nikki or Nick or
Ricky.
I don't know. It sounded like an N, like a Nikki or Nick or Nikki. And then when I first started looking at you and your voice and asking him, I kept getting really like heavy-hearted. Like I kept feeling like something was wrong with his heart. Like a lot of times when I channel, I'll get the pain from whoever I'm talking to. And all of the pain was in my heart. My heart hurt. My chest was tight. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was being strangled.
Yeah.
I felt like somebody was sitting on my chest.
That's how he died.
Really?
Heart attack.
How your husband died?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that explains the heavy heart then. Okay. So there's just, hang on, I got to stop some of these people. There's too many people. There's like 5 or 6 people want to talk to you all at once. Okay, so your dad, I'm assuming this is your dad because he says, I'm her father, I'm dad.
Yay.
And he has been wanting to talk to you. Apparently, you've been trying to talk to him. He's letting you know he's here. He hears you. He sees you. And this time of year is bad for you. Family has always been crazy for you. At any holidays, you're the sensitive, the glue in the family, so to speak, that keeps everybody together. You're the judge, the jury, the separator. The fixer of all the family problems, the one that always kept everybody together when they were fighting.
Try.
No, he said you did, and it didn't go unnoticed.
I love my dad. I love my dad, and I like have so much that I haven't like.
I got to tell you this. He's coming through now, and so this is what he's saying. This is his message. You don't have anything to prove. I know who you are, and I'm proud of you, and I hear you, and I know what you feel, and I know what you've done, and I love you, and that's all there is, and that's unconditional. That doesn't change the love between a father and a daughter. That's blood, and you can't stop that. And I'm feeling like there's problems between you and your mom, and that those were things that were never resolved.
Yeah, we don't talk.
And a lot of people expect you to be a different person that you are, and there's a lot of people that are jealous of your life. And okay, so this is kind of weird. So, and kind of unexpected. But all these people are together right now. I mean, like, all together. Like, your family, some of his family, friends that you guys have lost. You've lost friends in your life, and Brandon's lost friends in his life. And all of those people are around each other now. You've also lost animals, dogs. And so I'm going to tell everybody right now to be quiet because I only want Dad and Brandon because those are the two important people right now. So Brandon wants to discuss, so he wants to talk now. He wants to discuss what's going on with you emotionally. And he's using a weird term here. He says he doesn't want you to keep celebrating his death. Don't keep bringing that forward over and over and over and over and over. He's like, he's here. Okay, his talk's way.
Did it again. It like kicked you off. Let me
clarify something for you.
Okay.
When we pass in this life, we're not dead. Okay, we simply just wake up.
Yeah.
We're in an immortal state. We're not lost. We're not some lingering lost soul who hasn't crossed over. Erase all that from your mind.
Okay.
So when we pass, we simply wake up. We are in a parallel universe, okay, which is much like the one we're in. It's just that there's the veil between us. And you can come back and forth in it. I mean, you could, and I'm just going to tell you this because you're pretty powerful and you can be taught to do it. You can see each other quantumly, and you can speak to each other, and you can send messages to one another, and you can talk to him without psychics. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
You can be taught to talk to these people without psychics because you're one yourself.
Okay.
You've just got to work on a lot of little things inside of you, like the fear factor, okay? Yeah. One thing about the fear factor, they don't look like they did when they left, okay? We all look like a more handsome, good-looking, younger part of ourselves that's glowing and angelic and beautiful. We don't look like something dead.
Yeah.
So, and then you've got to get over the fact, are you ready to see that?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready to touch that, see that? Are you ready to open up that world? The other thing is, he's really adamant about this. His fear for you is that you're going to compare every guy out in the world to him and look for Mr. Perfect. And he's like, he does not want you to spend. Okay, so I think live isn't really working out. It keeps on cutting me off. And I just feel like it's not going to, I don't know, you're not going to, bye.